We know about slavery, but few discuss paper genocide. We did not all come from Africa, and most of us have Aboriginal roots that were stripped away due to reclassification and miseducation. As a native Black American and a member of the Muskogee Creek Nation, I understand the importance of tracing your lineage. If you want to learn how to trace your genealogy and apply for tribal citizenship, go to nativeblackancestry.com to schedule a consultation.
They don't want you to remember this. You not no slave, you indigenous. Fuck how they painted them Indians. You went to war with the French and the British, man. Quite frankly, you was kings, Merovingians. They took the women and men, made them prisoners. Raised up the children to worship their images. Set up a lab to the genes and they mixed them. And this shit get way deeper than your pigment.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, smash the like button on the way in. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Make sure to check out my new website, nativeblackancestry.com. And also make sure to check out my new YouTube channel, Native Black American Network. We've got a lot of great content that's going to be pumped out over there on the Native Black American Network. As far as tonight's live stream, we just finished a broadcast, actually. We had a couple lovely ladies joining us, Miss Johnson and Miss Empress. Nice to see you guys back again. I was just telling everybody about our new channel, Native Black American Network.
Welcome, everyone.
Yeah, shout out to everybody tapping in. Now, what I got to do real quick, this live stream, we're going to broadcast on TikTok as well. So let me go ahead and get the TikTok live stream queued up. We're going to be live on both. We'll do a little bit of multitasking.
Well, let me make sure my legs they be vicious on TikTok. Hold on. They be vicious on TikTok.
Shoot, they be vicious everywhere. What you talking about? They be vicious everywhere.
Right.
But yeah, so I've got a couple prompts prepared this evening. Let me see. How can we get this pulled up here? I don't want
Mike, do you hear my fan in the background when I have it on?
I hear it a little bit. It's not too loud though. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Let me get this TikTok queued up. So everybody, make sure to smash the like button on the way in. Again, check out the website, nativeblackancestry.com. I've got a digital archive on the website that I personally curated with over 600 documents, family photos, newspaper clippings, book excerpts, etc., ex-Black Indian slave interviews. You know, the list goes on and on and on. And then, as always, if you need personalized genealogy research guidance, you can book a one-on-one consultation with me, where I'll teach you the 3-step process that me and my family use to trace our heritage and get tribal citizenship with the Muskogee Creek Nation back in 2021. And we are about to be live on TikTok in just a second. I'm queuing up this TikTok live stream right now. Let me get my camera set up over there. You know what? On TikTok, I got to bring up OBS, I think. Yeah, I think I got to bring up OBS. Johnny says, how you guys doing, ladies?
Hi.
Doing good fine. Tonight.
Yeah, we just had a really nice... I'm sure Johnny's ready. Yeah, we just had a really nice broadcast on the last one. Went through a lot of receipts. A lot of heavy-handed receipts. Here we go. Let me start this virtual camera. All right. Shout out to everybody tuning in on TikTok. Make sure to tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen. I think I got my camera going on TikTok finally. Is it working now? Maybe. Possibly. No. Doesn't look like it. I don't know what's going on. Technology never works when you need it to, right, guys?
There's always a delay.
Always something. I don't know what's going on with my camera. I think I gotta turn off my camera for a minute on the YouTube and then redo it. Let me see, and I'm gonna place you guys on mute real quick. But yeah, for everybody on YouTube, make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Make sure to tap the like button on the way in. I think I know how to fix this camera situation on TikTok. Bear with me, guys. Let's see. Let's start this virtual camera. Virtual camera output. Let's see. Let's see. Hey, this ain't nothing compared to the technical difficulties I was having earlier today. Oh, Lord. I was having some issues. All right. Do we finally got it working? Elgato face cam video capture device. Still not getting anything. You know what I can probably do? I bet you I can just share my screen. Let me see. The audio should be running through here just fine. I think what I'll do is I'll just share my screen on TikTok so everybody can see us. Let me see if that'll work real quick. We'll go display 4. Yeah, it'll be display 4. Okay, let's turn the camera back on. All right, let me go ahead and unmute you ladies real quick. Say something. Mic check, mic check.
Hello,
Mic check
hello.
too.
All right, perfect. So my camera is not really working through TikTok for some strange reason, but I'm sharing the feed over here on the TikTok so everybody can see us just fine. But yeah, let's do a little debrief from the last broadcast. What are your guys' thoughts? I know we went through quite a bit. I know those videos with those paying goofies were quite annoying, to say the least, right?
Yeah, they're always going to be a whole show in itself to bring them up. I mean, it never ceased to amaze me, the links that they'll go to always tether their self to whatever we got going on or have an opinion to whatever we have going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had real fun reacting to the pan craziness and, debunking a lot of the lies they were telling and, going over some facts and some actual, historical, proof.
Receipts.
Some
Yeah.
receipt with the king of receipts.
Yes.
Hey, it's all about the receipts.
My favorite part of the segment was the information that I learned about the Freedman Bank, though. There was some stuff that I knew a little, but I didn't know a lot. And I think, boy, that stuff, I'm going to have to go watch it again, really, because some of that stuff was just crazy. To imagine, to even try to put yourself back then in that time and imagining that happening to you yourself, even though it happened to, a lot of our ancestors. But it's just something that is like horrible. And like, how do you get through something like that? And a lot of our ancestors did. They lost all that stuff, had everything taken from them, and they still kept pushing, still rebuilded, still kept moving along. I mean, it's really, really like, it's a bad situation, but it also shows our strength and our preservation too. Everything that's coming, it's just like they knocked it down, still handle it with their chin up and chest out. So that was, a good part of the last stream. I loved it. I loved learning about that.
Nice. Well, how about you, Miss Johnson?
Yeah, our the resilience was very, very crazy. Like all the things and the suppression and the lies that they were told, and it was all a con game, and it was a great setup how they made the freedmen basically force them to put their deeds and funds through a bank that wasn't protected, and then to have that bank just go down, and then all of a sudden all their deeds and stuff are destroyed after the bank goes. So it's very, very, very informative to know how our generational wealth was stolen from us.
Yeah, most def. And you know what, guys? I actually have a few questions prepared for this evening. Let me go ahead and bring them up on TikTok as well as YouTube so that everybody can see them. Bear with me just a moment. Let's see. We'll go ahead and layer this to the front, just like so. And then we'll bring up these questions. All right. Give me some fists or feathers on TikTok if you guys can see these questions on the screen, okay? And then as far as for everybody over here on YouTube, let me bring them up another way. Give me just a sec. All right. Here we go. Go ahead and share my screen so everybody can see this. So I got a few questions. Whenever we do these simulcasts to YouTube and TikTok, I like to do a little bit of a, little powwow, little open panel discussion, if you will. Let me see. We want to do entire screen, share the audio. And we're going to go here with it. Perfect. All right, so check it out, guys. Check it out. Now everybody should be able to see this. Oops. Bam. All right. So as you can see, we got some questions here. The folks on YouTube and the folks on TikTok should be able to see this. Actually, the folks on TikTok probably are seeing double. So let me switch up the view real quick so that it's a little more visually appealing. Let me see. What image should I give them, ladies? OMAC, Black Indigenous women, what? A little Black Indian kid? Which image?
I love the
Black
OMAC. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's go with the youth.
All right, let's go with the youth. And you know what? Just so you guys over here on YouTube can see this image that I'm sharing on TikTok, let me bring it over here too. Ooh. All right. Here we go. So this is the image that everybody's seeing on TikTok as well as YouTube. Now, oh, wait, I went too far. There we go. Let's just go ahead and park that right there. Isn't that the sweetest little photo? All right. So, guys, as far as the questions for this evening, if anybody would like to answer, you can join the panel. Request to join as a guest if you are on TikTok. If you're on YouTube and you would like to join, I'm going to post the StreamYard link in just a moment. But first question, and we'll start with Empress first, and then we'll have Miss Johnson answer. But question number one is, why are so many people upset that Black Americans are acknowledging their Indigenous American roots, but they had no issue when Black folks claim to be Moors, Hebrews, Nubians, etc.?
Each one, okay, I'll state it. Why are so many people upset that Black Americans are acknowledging their Indigenous American roots, but they had no issue when Black folks claimed to be Moors, Hebrews, Nubians, etc.? Okay, so I would say first with Pan-Africans. Each one of those, Moors, Hebrews, and Nubians, tie to Africa. So there that goes right there. Once you cut off the Indigenous from Africa, it unties you from the Moors, Hebrews, and Nubians, and all of them are all connected to Africa. That's why so many people have a problem with it. I also think that as long as you said you were a Moor, a Hebrew, or a Nubian, nobody cared because it placed you, no matter which way you go, still back to square one, which is Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why they didn't have an issue with it.
I got you. How about you, Miss Johnson? What's on your mind?
That was the same thing that straight popped in my head. It cuts the tie to Africa, and it cuts their claim, should I say, on our fame. And that's just how I'm gonna put that one right there. They're not like us, and they want to be like us, and that takes that away from them.
Mm-hmm. No, I feel you. I feel you. And real quick, it looks like we got some comments in the TikTok feed. And you know what? Let me pull the YouTube comments over as well. See if anybody's active in the YouTube chat. So over on TikTok, let's see. Davey says y'all will not get Indian benefits or reparations. Go to work. Well, see, the funny thing about that is I'm a member of a federally recognized tribe, so I do get Indian benefits. And the other funny thing is I'm a genealogist and content creator, so right now I'm at work. Hey, how you doing?
That
Oh
whole
man,
part.
we're
Hi.
starting early with the ignorance. King DiCarlo says if Africa was the motherland, they would have never sold us. Ah, yeah, those that did get sold. Yeah, you got to think about it.
Pretty much.
Next question. Did you know that the Americas have more pyramids than Africa?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Empress. I jumped ahead.
No, go ahead.
But yeah. And they didn't even say anything about those pyramids over there in Africa, I think it was. No, they didn't announce our pyramids. They waited until they found the pyramids over there in Africa so they could have something to tie back to.
Yeah.
You know, they found our pyramids first, and we actually have, I think it's 2,000 or plus over here in the Americas, compared to their like hundreds, like 200 or so. So it's a big difference, big difference on the numbers of pyramids that's located over here in the Americas.
More specifically, Africa in total has between 320 and 350 pyramids.
Okay.
The Americas has over 1,000 pyramids.
Thank you, the king of receipts.
Hey. But I digress. Continue. Go ahead.
Yes, but that's just it still continues my point. Our pyramids are much older over here. Those pyramids are much smaller. Our pyramids have more structures built around them. I mean, there's more developed area around our pyramids than there is over there in Africa. So it's just a big difference, and to me, that proves that the pyramids originated over here in the Americas and were migrated to Africa with our people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Silence is still trolling. He says 28 views and calling this work is crazy. Well, hey, you must not know anything about content creation. In actuality, we have 34 people on TikTok and rising. We have 47 on YouTube and rising. That's over 70 so far. On top of that, out of the people watching right now, at least a dozen or so are going to go to nativeblackAncestry.com and book a genealogy consultation with me. Out of those that book a consultation with me, a certain percentage will actually just say, hey, I'd rather just hire you to do the research for me, Mike, considering you're one of the only genealogists that are a member of a federally recognized tribe. So, you know, if you do want to look into Black Indigenous ancestry, I guess having a Black Indigenous genealogist is the way to go about it. Hopefully that fills them in on what's going on here, y'all. Everybody's so concerned with what Native Black Americans got going on, huh?
So mad.
Isn't it wonderful? It's so lovely.
You guys aren't getting no benefits and no reparations. Oh, actually, I'm a part of a tribe, and I'm working right now. So what are you talking about? Oh, but you only have 38 people. And you're one of them. I wonder why
you're one of them. Hello.
Like,
how you doing?
Yeah. Let's talk
Clown.
about it. Let's talk about it. Come on. But next question. In If most Black Americans are said to descend from African slaves, why do U.S. Census records from the 1700s and the 1800s list so many quote unquote free people of color, but so few actual Africans?
This.
That's a good question. Why is there no actual Africans listed at all? Where the African list at? Can somebody direct me to the African slave list? They gonna always talk about what was on the boats that didn't never come here, that didn't make it to North America. I don't know, but there is a lot of free people of color around, and not enough slave documents around. I always wondered that stuff myself, but it just goes to show how crazy people is, and that the lengths people will go to get what they want. It all boils down to disenfranchisement.
Yep. Over on TikTok, Bumpy says, because there were none. Yeah. Yeah, I feel it.
That's him.
Shout out to Bumpy.
Bumpy says Africans came in 1870, well after slavery. Yep.
Oh, Bumpy, I like you.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about it. Next question. Who benefits more from us believing we're from Africa? Us or the same people who stole our land?
We're surely not the ones benefiting. Our whole birthrights, heritage, the way we live today as a people, we're not benefiting. We see who's benefiting off of our land. So the proof is in the pudding. It's in our face.
Yeah. You know those movies they always show about the aliens coming, and all they want to do is just suck the land dry of all the resources till it's dry. Yeah. That's basically, referring to them and what they did here. We're not benefiting from it at all, not one bit, but they are. Yeah.
Good point. Very, very good point. Donna Clark says, I'm not Black and I'm not African American. I feel it, Donna. I feel it. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I understand.
We get it. You preaching to the choir. But yeah, if there's anybody on TikTok who would like to answer these questions, you can go ahead and request to join. Actually, I think I have somebody backstage right now. Mars. Let's see. Let's see if the ladies on YouTube are going to be able to hear Mars. Hey, Mars, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Mic check 1 2.
Real quick, ladies, are you able to hear him okay?
Mic check 1 2.
You guys got him? Okay, perfect. Well, Mars, let us know where you calling in from and what's on your mind.
I'm calling in from Las Vegas, Nevada. What's on my mind is that I just want to let people know that I am a Choctaw Indian. I am a Cherokee descendant and a Muskogee descendant because I did my genealogy, and I found the truth is in the pudding doing the genealogy is that I don't come from Africa because I went all the way back to the 1500s, and all my family, the ancient descendants, come from Virginia.
Hey now.
And I just was calling just to be on here to answer some of your questions, and I was reading it before I got accepted in here, and I just want to learn more. That's about it.
Yeah, most def. Well, question number 1, go ahead and tackle it whenever you're ready.
Give me 1 second. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, question number 1, why are so many people upset that Black Americans are acknowledging their indigenous American roots, but they had no issue when Black folks claim to be Moors, Hebrews, Nubians, etc.?
Because I think I know why they're upset, because when we accept the fact that we're American Indians, it goes back to show that that's like one of the original states, even though they say Christopher Columbus said it was a misnomer. But when you do your research about India, the country India, it wasn't called India before we was called Indians in America. We was called Indians in America before they was called Indians in India. They was called Hindus in Hindi. And I can't even say it because it's so confusing sometimes when you say it clearly.
Hindustan, yeah.
Yep. You know what I'm trying to say. I can't say it correctly.
Oh, yeah, no, I feel you. I'm definitely picking up what you're putting down. You're right. At that point in time, India was called Hindustan. So the whole, he called us Indians because he got lost. I mean, it makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense when you actually calculate. And then when you find out about the small hat people, they wasn't called those small hat people until I think it was 1942 or 1949. One of those dates. It's one of that timeline of the 40s. That's when it was called that. But before then, it was called Palestine.
Black people in America.
So,
Yep.
That's what another confusion that we rewrote history.
I feel you. Well, how about the next question? Did you know that the Americas have more pyramids than Africa?
Yeah, when I finally researched that, I found out, I was like, wow, it really did. But a lot of the ones that was more than Egypt is because they got destroyed.
Yeah.
But all of them that they know that these conquistadors and these YTs came over, they seen them and they was jealous, I guess, because they destroyed them all. Because I'm from Northern California and I researched my own city. They had shell mounds. The biggest shell mound over there was 60 feet tall, and they all got destroyed by the 1920s.
That's how they got down. That's right. And actually, if you're from California, you should definitely look into the ancient history of the island of California. Back in the day, it used to be an island. If you get rid of all those man-made dams, all those hundreds of dams in California, then there would be an inland sea, right? It floods seasonally.
That's why San Francisco is literally on an island, and they have over 1 million people now. But back 10 years ago, when I looked it up about the population, there was over 800,000 people that live on this island. That's why it's so compact on there. So if any big tsunami came, because they're right on the water, that makes sense. Because I seen that post about California being an island.
Yep.
And like you said, they built those dams, and that's why we don't have so much water like it really was before.
Yeah. Not only that, but there was a huge lake where Los Angeles was, and they drained it and gave some landowner the rights, and he basically used it for agriculture and stuff. So yeah. And if there's anybody who's just now learning about this whole island of California thing, here's some references for you. Give me just a second. We'll look up old Spanish map island California. Remember, California gets its name from the story of the Amazonian indigenous black warrior Queen Califia of California, right? These are what the original Spanish maps depicted California as, an island with an inland sea. Now, of course,
I've seen that before. I didn't know that was a fact.
Yeah. Now, of course, it wasn't actually ever really a full-on island like this, but you got to understand that if it wasn't for the dams, the Sierra Nevada mountain watershed from the snow melting, it does create what we call an inland sea. It's not going to be as deep as the ocean. It's still going to be hundreds of feet and whatnot, but you would need like a boat to get from one side to the other. Now, where the Spanish got it wrong is they assumed that it was an island and that it went all the way out, but they never really, at that point in time, they never really got past like this area. So they're just kind of assuming that it's an island. And in actuality, it's more like this is still connected up here, but there's just a massive lake or inland sea, if you will. And I'm from Sacramento, California. There was a great flood in Sacramento where downtown, great flood of 1862, you had to get around in downtown Sacramento on canoes and stuff because Sacramento is a valley. It's flat.
So wait, you're from Sacramento? I grew up in Stockton, California. I was born in Reno, Nevada. But I've been in Stockton since I was 2 years old, and I finally moved back.
Yep.
I moved to Las Vegas in 2017, but I never got to live in Reno.
Yep.
So I would never claim I'm from Reno, but I would tell people I'm born in Reno. And that's why I don't understand this new generation. They like to claim somewhere they're born, but they never grew up there and they don't know no neighborhoods. And I started researching California, where I grew up at in Northern California. Like if Stockton and Sacramento still had their shell mounds, it would be so beautiful today. Like the fact that we had those there and they destroyed them is like, that just shows you how much jealous and hate they had for us. and they was jealous of what we did.
Oh yeah, most def. And it looks like we got some new people on the panel. Let's do some introductions. Unbelievable truth. Go ahead, unmute yourself. Let us know where you calling in from and what's on your mind.
How y'all doing? I'm calling in from Atlanta, Georgia.
Good evening.
Thanks for tapping in, brother. And real quick, before you get started with the questions, Scoot on TikTok says the Mojave Desert used to be underwater. Yeah, and isn't there like the salt plains? And I think that's the salt plains because it used to be like an ocean of some sort. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. But Ill Will says Mike Lake Tulare was drained to make the valley area of Cali. Yeah, you're there in Central Cali. Nice. But yeah, unbelievable truth. Go ahead and tackle these questions, if you will.
Okay. I'm trying to see what's the first question. How many?
No,
So
first question, yeah. Why are so many people upset that Black Americans are acknowledging their indigenous American roots, but they had no issue when Black folks claim to be Moors, Nubians, etc.?
The reason why they don't have no problems when people say they Moors and all that, because in a way it kind of slick tied them back to Africa. So hey, we still get to shoehorn our way into y'all culture. So that's why they have no problems with it. But the problem is, I don't see them saying, hey, y'all Jamaicans are really Africans. Y'all are African Jamaicans. But see, they want us to identify with them because it gives them power. But we not relinquishing our power to these people.
I feel it. Most def. And next question. Did you know the Americas have more pyramids than Africa?
No, I didn't know that. You learn something new every day. But yeah. I'm not surprised.
And shout out to Hammer on YouTube. Hammer says, Mike, I got your service last year. I found my second great-grandfather received 40 acres and his son received 160 acres, but I couldn't find them on any Indian rolls. They're from Mississippi. Well, Hammer, shoot me an email and we can take a look at some of the previous research that I did for you. Since a lot of things are being archived and digitized, monthly, genealogy is definitely a marathon. It's not a sprint. So there's stuff that I haven't been able to find on my own family. And then, 4 months later, 8 months later, there's new information available. So just shoot me an email and we can definitely revisit some things. But next question. If most Black Americans are said to descend from African slaves, why do U.S. Census records from the 1700s and 1800s list so many free people of color, but so few actual Africans?
That just goes to show you that a lot of us didn't come off these quote unquote slave ships, and that we were already inhabiting this land long before they had even discovered it.
That's right. And last question. Who benefits more from us believing we're from Africa, us or the same people who stole our land?
Who benefit more? The people who stole the land. Just based off the fact that at the end of the day, they still control a lot of things, whether it's over there or over here. But the problem that we run into with these people is that they sit around and regurgitate our same talking points when we was trying to get these folks on code with us to come over here and be riders, but they decided to side with the YT man. So now they use the same talking points. Oh, you niggas, if they pull me over, they're not going to see that I'm African. They know the difference between the Johnson and the Alpha Tunde. They know the difference.
Facts.
Even YT people can tell the difference between native Black people who from America and people who came from across the pond.
And guess what? They feel much more comfortable with us than a monkey eater. Wait, hold on. I'm on TikTok. I'm not just on YouTube right now. I gotta watch what I say. Okay, I gotta watch what I say. Normally, I'm just on YouTube, but I'm on TikTok and YouTube right now, so I gotta. Well, actually, speaking of TikTok, they on some bullshit because as soon as I started the broadcast, we're not even 30 minutes in, and they already restricted the visibility of my live stream. So for everybody
Dang.
watching on TikTok, please help me out. You can help me by sharing this with as many people as you can. Just take a moment, share the stream with a few of your friends. They're messing with my visibility. They restricted my stream, but we still gonna give you the content that you need. And let's segue to our next guest real quick. What is this? Akasa? Go ahead, unmute yourself. Where you calling in from, and what's on your mind? Akasa going once. Akasa going twice.
Yes. Yeah, I can hear you now. I'm calling from London. Yes, I just want to point out very clearly that
Oh wait,
you need to
real
understand
quick. When you say you're calling in from London, by way of
London. By way of what do you mean by way of?
So, like, what country are your people originally from?
Well, that's exactly what I want to point out. Originally I'm from Nigeria, if that's what you want to hear. But by my name, you could tell that I'm a fellow black man. What I want to point out is this.
Well, hold on. I can't tell that you're a fellow black man by the name of Casa. Typically, black is associated with Black Americans. You know, us over here on the Western Hemisphere, black has never been associated with Africans. You guys go by your tribal names, your country. You're Nigerian, you're Igbo, you're Yoruba, right? So it's very, very strange that you guys all of a sudden want to be known as black people. But either way, that's neither here nor there. Before you start with your comments, though, and trust and believe, I'm going to let you speak freely. We just want to kind of learn a little bit about who's calling in. So when you say you're from Nigeria, are you first generation, second generation, third generation? I think in the UK, you guys call yourself Black Brits now, right? You can go ahead and unmute yourself, sir.
Okay. Right. So you see, we don't see ourselves like black Brits. We see ourselves as either Africans or Britons or So I would like to correct one notion that
so Black Brits isn't a term that you guys use.
No, we see ourselves as blacks.
I mean, it's clearly a term that you guys use. Look, well, hold on, sir. I said that you guys use the term Black Brits. I brought that up because I was trying to be respectful because I thought that's what you guys try to call yourselves. You're saying that you don't call yourself that, but if anybody just looks up on YouTube the term Black Brits, look, we probably have your fellow Nigerian here. Ore Olukoga says Black Americans versus Black Brits, a quiet rivalry. Black Brits says this about Black Americans. Black Americans versus Black Britain. My observation of Black British women. So yeah, you guys are calling yourself Black Brits. That clearly is a thing. Black Brits ends the debates on where are African Americans from. Okay, so I mean, I don't know why you don't want to admit that some of you, I'm not saying all of you, but clearly some of you guys use the term Black Brit, but go ahead and unmute yourself. Let us know what's on your mind. Hi, beloved. Nice to see you. Thanks for tapping in. You can go ahead and unmute yourself, Akasa. Pick up right where you left off. You wanted to set the record straight, right?
We ready.
I don't know. He's still on mute. You have to unmute yourself, sir. You have to unmute yourself. Just click that button. I know you know how to do it. You've done it a couple times already. We'll give you a good, healthy 5-second countdown before we get on with our conversation we were having. And a 1 and a 2. Oh, I'm an ignorant American. I don't know how to count. All right, guys. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah. There was questions on the screen before we were distracted by a foreigner
who didn't answer one question.
Yeah, we can't even get past go with some people. And mind you, none of these questions really have anything to do with Africans in Europe, do they?
Not at all.
Yeah. Akasa says you need to unsure me. If you mean unmute, it wouldn't let me unmute you. You have to unmute yourself. Akasa then says, man, you guys are so ignorant. No, Akasa, we really wanted to hear what you had to say, but you wouldn't unmute yourself. So just go ahead and come back up. Or here, I'll make it easy for you, Akasa. I'll show you how not ignorant I am. I'm smart enough to know how to send an invite, so I'll send you a personal invite to rejoin. And as long as we can get your microphone on, then we'll be able to hear exactly what you have to say and why you think we're ignorant and how you guys call yourself Black Brits, but you're not really Black Brits, right?
Okay, hello. Yeah. Firstly, I want to clearly make you understand one thing, that Africa today, the name Africa does not even exist originally. And you know, the Black civilization has been on this earth for over 10,000 years. There was no classification on the basis of race. It is only this classification of where you're from or who do you identify with is only it's a recent phenomenon. That is exactly what I'm trying to make a lot of you Americans understand. You tend to see yourself, okay, we are not those monkey-eating Africans, and you know, these are the kind of ignorant things you push out that further drag the Black race down. This is exactly what I want to let you understand. To stop this further classification of the Black race.
What Black race are you talking about?
I'm talking of the Black man anywhere on earth is a Black man. You should understand that.
So wait, hold on. No. Wait, hold on. Time.
A Black man in India.
Stop. I'm trying to understand you. So when you say a Black man, what makes somebody a Black man?
There is. That's what makes you a Black man. There is. Understand?
The what?
The race is what makes you a Black man. Your race is what makes you a Black man.
Charisma is what makes you a Black man?
No, your race. Your race.
Your race. Oh, okay. Guys.
Exactly.
I honestly thought he was saying Riz. I thought he was saying Riz. My bad. So your race. And there's a child in the background screaming and crying profusely. I'm just going to mute you for a second so you can sort that out. We'd really love to hear what you have to say, but I just can't hear you past the screaming child in the background. So you're saying the race. So then if you're saying your race makes you Black, we're kind of in a paradox. This is a situation of what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Because you're saying that we've got this global Black race. And I said, well, what makes you Black? Your race. Wait, so we have a global Black race, and in order to be a part of the race, your race makes you Black. I mean, we have to have some other markers for what makes a person Black. Is it geography? Is it the country they come from? Is it their phenotype? Is it their culture? Is it their heritage? What makes a person Black?
Okay, very well. When I say Black civilization has been on this earth for over 10,000 years, it's not that I'm making that up, or I'm making that on the basis of trying to create a distinction between the Black race in America or the Black race that existed in those 10,000 years, the Black race that existed in somewhere Africa, or the Black race. They all existed on this earth, and they were trading even before the emergence of other races.
Sir, I don't think you understand my question.
And they were living together.
My question is, what makes someone Black?
The same reason. It's like you are asking a man what makes somebody white. Can you see the logic in your question?
White
it's like
is a racial
white
construct. Man. There's no such thing as white. There's French. Okay, there's German. There's Spanish. There's Portuguese.
What makes somebody? What? Okay, those are. You see, those are the ethnicity.
Sir,
you understand?
Sir. I'm gonna make it simple for you because you're not understanding. Would you say that a man from India is a Black man? Yes or no? Unmute yourself. Let us know.
There's a difference between ethnicity or nationality from race. I want you to understand this.
And I want you to understand, I just asked you a yes or no question. So give me a yes or no answer. Unmute yourself again. Give me a yes or a no. Is a man from India a Black man to you?
Indian is a national construct. Nationality and ethnicity are...
Last chance. I asked you a yes or no question. Give me a yes or no answer.
Go back.
This is your final opportunity, Bush baby. I'm trying.
You are an illiterate. Race and ethnicity is different. You are an
Okay. Sir, maybe you should take care of your screaming child in the background instead of calling in to speak to people who don't give a damn about you. Take care of your kids. What do you guys think about our resident African in the UK neglecting his child to call in and tell us how we're all some global black race, but he can't even define who gets to be a member of this global black race? I mean, what's on your mind, guys?
Can I speak on that?
Worried about the wrong thing.
Well, first, we'll give the ladies the room to speak, and then we'll segue to our people on TikTok. Go ahead, ladies.
First of all, I'll go first, sis, okay? First things first, he's worried about the wrong thing, obviously. He started speaking about, when he first started, he said we were talking about some monkey eating or some stuff like that.
And we ain't even saying nothing about the meat monkey. That's his insecurity.
Right, we didn't say anything like that. None of that came out of our mouths. The only thing we've been speaking about is genealogy and delineating. And when we say we delineating, it doesn't mean we're coming for you or worried about you in any kind of way. This is something that we're doing for ourselves. And I don't understand why Africans have such a big problem with us delineating and acknowledging our ancestry, which is Native Black American, when you guys have tons of different tribes over in Africa and nobody's worried about you and your tribe or where you come from and what region you come from. Just like you shouldn't be worried about what region and what tribe we come from. And it shouldn't bother you one bit about us, Native Black Americans, acknowledging where we come from in our tribe and being proud of our genealogy and our history and our ancestors. You guys are proud of your ancestors. What is the problem with us being proud of our ancestors and where we come from and honoring this land? I don't understand what's the big deal. And then again, I do. It's a tether problem. And I noticed how he tried to group us all in and saying the black race.
But they're not in Africa calling themselves all black people. There's no Pan-African. There's no we're all black in Africa. We do that in America, though. I don't care if it's my first time in Philly. If I come to Philly and it's a fellow black person, we gonna nod to each other. We gonna acknowledge one another. I just moved to Oklahoma in January. There's a bunch of African migrants out here. I don't drive. I get chauffeured everywhere. Uber black cars, right? If the Bush baby's driving me, I already know the car gonna be a little musty. They're gonna be weird, antisocial, right? If one of my people is driving me, as soon as they see me get in the car, as soon as they see my phenotype and see I'm one of them, they breaking out the old school, they playing the rap music. They know what's up because we're the same people. Africans don't have any sense of unity. They don't all call themselves black, but those Africans that are lucky enough to flee the continent of Africa, well, they now want to get adopted into this black thing we created. So now they want to, we're all a black race. We're all a black. Motherfuckers even started using terms like global south. We're all this global south. Like, all right.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's all a umbrella scheme. They're trying to put us all in one group, just like the government, and we're not having that. We standing alone, and we standing on ours, all 10.
Yeah, and let's go ahead and segue to Mars real quick. Mars, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. What's on your mind, Mars?
Okay. Oh, nothing. I just found that pretty funny. God is from London. Well, probably living in London, but he said he's from Nigeria. And then why couldn't he answer your question?
He never even answered. He never even answered the question of whether he's a first, second, or third generation immigrant. Like he really couldn't get past go.
That's pretty sad. And it's not like you was trying to say, "Oh, we don't accept you Africans, this and the third." You're asking him. You literally ask him a simple question: are Indians considered black? Because you can't consider them black because of their skin tone.
Yeah. So
And why he didn't answer that yes or no?
exactly. And if he gave us a yes or a no, then we could actually have a conversation. Because if he says yes, and I say, okay, I do know that Indians, red dot on the forehead, of course, red dot on the forehead, Indians, we know that some of them have dark skin, melanated phenotype, right? So does that mean you're saying that you're black based on phenotype? And if you're black based on phenotype, well, that doesn't really make sense because the ones who are the globalist elite dominating the world, they don't go by those phenotypical rules. They don't say we're all pale, so we're all one big family. No. They do have a
They be
sense
beefing
of
with other pale people too.
they do have a sense of familial unity, but it's because they're all inbred cousins, right?
Yep.
If we really want to go there, World
I
War
mean, 'cause
One, World War II, these are just cousins having a family feud, right? Come on.
Yeah, it sure is. Because I just didn't understand why he came on here and then he called us ignorant on the comments. But yet you can't answer a simple question the man is asking you. A simple question about where you're from. He asked you about Black Brits. Is that a thing? And then you didn't really answer that either.
No, he did
You
answer.
didn't deny.
He
You
lied to
didn't
us.
say
No,
yes
no,
or no. Really,
he lied to us. He said it's not a thing. He said nobody calls themselves Black Brits over there.
and then you just showed us evidence that
he had a good point.
this is what we have a problem with on here on this TikTok that I finally.
Well, hold on. So, wait, hold on. So when people are on the TikTok panel, they can't hear the ladies. So, Mars, hold on for just a second. There's a lady who has a comment, and then I'll cue you when it's your turn again.
The only part that he had, the only part that he had good, in anything he was saying is about when he said Black people need to come together, but he's saying it to the wrong group. He need to be saying it to his people that they need to cut out what they doing and stop with all the bashing and being mad about what we doing and sit back and respect it. Respect what we got going on up over here because we not messing with y'all. So that's the only good point he had, but he was saying it to the wrong people. You get what I'm saying? He needed to be talking to his. He need to get on live and do a call in all Africans from around the world and talk to them about their mouths and all the stuff they've been spewing out and saying about us. And they need to just do this right here, zip it, and just watch. That's it, like they've been doing. But leave us alone. Keep your opinions to yourself about what we got going on. If you ain't trying to root for us and cheer us on, then don't say nothing at all.
Facts. And Hammer on YouTube says he needs to knock it off. Africans used to call American Indians a dog without a home. Damn. Hammer then went on to say, F Africans uppity asses. They think they're better than us. Facts. Beloved says, I didn't agree with anything he said. There is an agenda to Africanize us. Yeah. Dreamcatcher says, I can hear them. Yeah, so the TikTok audience can always hear them. But if you're a panel member on TikTok, then you can't hear any videos I'm playing or any guests on YouTube. That's just a weird thing. But yeah, Mars, go ahead and give us some closing remarks. Then I'm going to have Unbelievable Truth give some closing remarks. And then me and the ladies are going to wrap up the live stream. We already did like 2-3 hours of live streaming. I'm sure they're tired.
Yeah, my closing remarks about this is just the fact that they're not willing to learn and to have a debate and to be guess a strong-minded and smart person that's to be educated, just a person that's smart. I'm very bad with words, but I know I'm not a slow person. And the fact that he calls somebody ignorant and you can't answer a simple question it makes you look bad. It makes your people look bad. He asked you a simple question. He wasn't trying to debate, like really argue with you. He didn't put down your people. He didn't say, no, you didn't. You just talked to him and he couldn't answer nothing simple. And that bothered me. And you're not a Black American. You will never be a Black man. You don't understand that Black is mainly over here. This is what it means. And that's why you asked him, so Indians are considered Black too? And he couldn't answer that. He went on and talk about whatever that I couldn't understand him because he was getting so angry And he started talking so loud and so fast and angry at the same time. It's like, I couldn't really understand you. Why are you so upset?
They've never been called black. I guess we can kind of say they've been called black in the sense that the Spanish did call them Negro, right? And Negro does mean black in Spanish. But here's the kicker.
It does.
Nobody ever made Negro something to be globally revered. The Africans didn't take Negro and flip it into something that's super successful. And Negro became a racial reclassification tool placed on us to try to Africanize us. And after we became Negro, they tried to do us one step worse, right? They said, well, fuck it, we gonna give you a sense of inferiority. You ain't even gonna be Negro, you're gonna be black. And then we took that black and made it something to be globally revered. And now these Africans want to be black like us.
Yeah, because we made it so positive. We made it so cool. That's why. We know how to flip a negative to a positive. That's what we do. That's what us chosen people, the American Indian people, do. We know how to flip anything negative. You took our land, we made it still positive, and then we built a whole nother city that y'all didn't like. Y'all had to burn that down. Several of the cities that we made, y'all had to burn that down, that y'all was jealous. Don't matter how many years it's been, we keep doing it. And every time a black man invents something in America, they don't give us fully credit. They say he didn't invent that. He had partnership in it. He had something to do with it, but he didn't invent that. No, because I researched this black man invented the first electric car. They said he didn't do it, but there was several other partners with him that was black too, black American, that invented it. They invented the first trolley that had no wires on it. It was electric trolley, but that went away because we invented it. That's why they had to destroy it.
Actually, before the Wright brothers, there was a black man who created the first plane. And he went to go send it to a fair. He had to send it by train, and it went missing. It got destroyed. It got sabotaged. And then shortly thereafter, the Wright brothers come out with their shit.
Wow.
Hennessy was really created by a black indigenous American man. The credit was stolen
from
him.
Black people like Hennessy.
Jack Daniels, the recipe was from a black indigenous man. He taught the white boy how to brew the beer or the liquor,
the whiskey,
distill the whiskey, I guess we should say. I'm sorry, I had a long
can't
day.
Forget about the Patterson Car Company.
Yep, Patterson Car Company. That's right. Oh, and for anybody,
GM came along.
For anybody who wants to honor the story of the true arbiter of Jack Daniels, his name was Uncle Nearest, and one of his descendants created the first black female distillery company, and she named it after him. It's called Uncle Nearest. So you guys can go to the liquor store, buy a bottle of Uncle Nearest. It tastes good. It's some real premium shit. I mean, the bottle I got was like $60 or $80 or something. It's some real good whiskey. So instead of getting some Jack Daniels, get you some Uncle Nearest.
Is it Nearest with a I or a Y?
It's not a question. It's kind of I don't know what it is, but anyways, I was just saying. So that makes sense why they say black people love Hennessy. Yep. I didn't know that we made Hennessy.
Makes perfect sense. Yep.
Yeah, now I see why we like it. And
it's right here.
When I start researching these things,
Uncle Nearest, 1856. Right here, award-winning. Company ran by a black woman.
I done had some of that before. Sure have.
Yeah, it's good, huh?
Yeah, that's why I be trying. That's why I tell people all the time, man. I'm like, man, look, man. Every time, man, what did you keep? Look, man, I ain't no god. I'm not one of them people, man. I ain't no refried bean tortilla motherfucker. You hear me? I am
Fawn Weaver. Fawn Weaver is a serial entrepreneur. She's a CEO and founder of Grant Signey Inc., a privately held investment company. And how'd she get into the whiskey stuff? Weaver serves as the CEO of Uncle Nearest Premium Whiskey, a company she founded in 2016. It's the fastest growing American whiskey brand in the U.S. history. The best selling, here we go, African American founded spirit brand of all time. All right. Interesting. Weaver was named to the Endeavor Group Holdings as board of directors alongside Elon Musk. All right. So she a boss bitch. Okay. I can dig it. I thought it said something about her being related to him or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Is Fawn Weaver related to Uncle Nearest?
You probably seen it, just took it away.
For real. You know, sometimes we be adding tens on it. Fawn Weaver is not a direct relative. Weaver discovered the story of Nearest Green and built the company to bring the legacy to light. Former enslaved black master distiller. And you know, damn well he was no African. Ain't no African, no master distiller. Come on now. Come on. You know, damn well he was indigenous to these here lands.
I was
But
thinking
yeah,
the same thing.
Uncle Nearest, y'all make sure to check it out.
What about Jack Johnson invented the Allen Ranch, aka the Monkey Ranch?
Yep.
That's why they call it the Monkey Ranch, because it was a black man that invented it.
Damn. Oh, something I discovered the other day. I did a broadcast about it. Black men invented the ambulance system.
Oh yeah, I could believe that, because there's a black woman that invented the cell phone. And then
And a
who
security
invented
system.
the cell phone bill? The YTs.
Yeah, we invented the cell phone and they invented the bill, huh?
Yeah, they've been in the bill for everything. That's why I got Nevada Energy right now. But if they didn't do that, like Nikola Tesla was trying to do for all of us, that the black man invented first, and he tried to reinvent, J.P. Morgan, aka Chase Bank, they said no, this is free. Oh no, we're not doing that. Make him go crazy. He went crazy and he was feeding pigeons and he died.
Well, that was also part of the colonization efforts in North America, was stripping us from our indigenous ginormous gardens that we now know as forests, right? Back then, those were huge gardens that we tended to, and we had food in abundance. So how did they strip us of that? Well, destroy the land, convert it into plantations, over-farm it, mechanize it, parcel it, survey it, tax it, distribute it, right? That's how they get down. But we got to wrap up this broadcast. Go ahead, give us some closing remarks, Mars, and then we're going to hear some closing remarks from Unbelievable Truth, and then the ladies will have the last word.
Okay. What I was going to say was, I want people to know plantation is not just always means where people were slaved on. Plantation means land and fields that they worked on, that they made crops and everything growing. Because if you look up the definition of plantation, you'll find out the true definition. Then most of those plantations that you cheering about, saying yes, were they burning them down? No, that is your grandmother's house. That's your great grandfather's house, that they made them be in prisoners of war of that land, of their own house.
Yep.
That was ours, because when you do the research, you find out these mounds, that was ours. And when they look them up, when they dig them up, they find melanated men and women underneath there. So that's what I want to let people know. That's my closing argument. And I want people to do their own research. When you find something on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and you see it, go research it yourself and you'll find the truth.
Mm-hmm. Well, thanks for stopping by and dropping some gems, brother. Don't hesitate to click that button in the future. Till next time. All right, Unbelievable Truth. Lay it on us. No Diddy.
Right. Okay. I just want to say this, man. We can't be sitting right here letting these folks get in our way. You know, they didn't even become a country. Some of these countries, they love to brag about them become countries to 1960. My daddy was born in 1954. My daddy was 6 years old when Nigeria was existed. And you know what else? Georgia was a state in 1788. So we got states over here older than they dang on countries where they like to brag they come from, and then they want to keep tying us into their Africanism. And I at this point, I'm willing to say, hey, Pan-Africanism is a COINTELPRO creation at this point. Like, I'm just sick of it, man. Like,
oh no, it absolutely is. Yeah, come on. It was pushed by black boule elitists, spearheaded by the government, to redirect our scholarship, our scholarly energy towards another continent. Imagine if during the 80s and the 90s, all that shit we was researching about gods and queens and Nubians and Mayad and ancient Egypt, right? Imagine if we were directing that towards our genealogy. Oh, then we know about the land patents, and we'd have tribal citizenship, and we'd have rectification, and we'd figure out about that land. that the KKK was hired by an oil company to chase your grandma off, which is why y'all was born and raised in Chicago generations later, right? I mean, there's so much that we would have revealed, but instead they had us looking up African Orishas and shit. Hey, I fell victim to it too. I fell victim to it. Hey,
and that's what make you. That's what give
I'd
you
be
so
lying
much
if I said I
disdain.
didn't. Yep.
That's why
these niggas had me wearing a
so much
dashiki.
disdain for it.
These niggas had me in a dashiki, goddamn it, in February.
And then
They was
and the same guy who was talking about Americans don't have no culture. He did an interview years ago where he was talking about how influential Black Americans is and how they didn't even like to wear dashikis themselves until we start wearing them over here. So we popularized dashikis for them in their own country, and they're supposed to be their garments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it just lets you know that we are the trendsetters, and we are a specific group of people in this country, and and what really kills me is that we don't sit right here and try to discredit what they done did in their countries. We don't do that. But they'll come over here, oh, you niggas are lost niggas, you don't know where you're from. You are from West Africa. You are sub-Saharan African. Like, no, we not. We keep telling y'all this, but y'all continue to just let it fall on deaf ears, and y'all want to keep forcing Africanism down our throats. And now we at the point where the line in the sand have been drawn, and hey, we mean them with the same disrespectful energy they've been throwing out here for years, and we've been letting it slide. All in the name of just he African, you know what I mean? We Black, we all get treated the same under this system, but they still don't get that. And now that we delineating, they trying to get it now. It's too late. The ship has sailed.
And see, and they don't understand that I'm so advanced with it. It's like the Matrix, right? Imagine Neo in the first movie when he go to fight the agent and he getting his ass whooped, almost dying, versus like the third movie, he fighting like 30 agents with one hand behind his back type shit, right? This is how I am with these Africans at this point. I ain't got to get rah-rah. I ain't got to debate with him. I just simply ask them some juvenile ass questions, and they short circuit, call us ignorant, and I just kind of reveal what the situation is. These motherfuckers are so obsessed with us. He's neglecting his child in the background who's screaming helter-skelter bloody murder so that he can tell us how he really thinks that we should accept him in the Black race and we're really stupid.
He became incoherent.
Look, man, like we said, man, we have been extending the olive branch to these people, but they done broke the branch. They done stumped on it. They done burned it. They done used it for fire to start the fire when they butch meat. And we just different people, man. We don't eat primates. You know what I'm saying? We don't eat that. And then if you go to Africa, you go to the airport, man. There's people out there. They got little orphan kids out there with mice on the skewer. Like, come on, come out on the skewer. You know how you got how we got the squish kebabs, with the bell pepper, the onion, and the piece of the steak. You know what I mean? They got rats on the skewer like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, we don't eat that stuff. Like, goat, they eating stew primate meat. Like, it's just wild out there, man. They got mud cookies. Like, it's just crazy, man. Like, they gotta do better. Mud cookies, man. How can we listen to a person who eat mud cookies anyway and eat primate meat?
Yeah, I don't know about that. Now, mind you, in my research, I did find that in the Amazon and certain remote places, Taino might ritualistically eat monkeys or things of that nature, but not in 2025. Not 2025, about to be 2026. No.
Can't be.
These motherfuckers are going to be the year 2082, and they still going to be in the bush somewhere eating monkeys.
So do they eat it because it's a delicacy, or is that the only meat for them to eat?
Yeah, I was in one panel, man. They be out here trying to eat.
Well, hold on, brother. The ladies just had a question. Since you can't hear them, I'm gonna repeat it. They said, "Do the Africans eat the monkeys because it's a delicacy, or because that's just the only thing they have to eat?"
Oh no, I think they go out of their way to do that.
All the ladies are laughing.
And they go out there and work for that. Hey, man. And you know what else I forgot? You know what else a delicacy to them people over there? Mosquito burgers.
Yeah, mosquito burgers. I've seen that. Hey, mosquito burgers and mud pies. I kid you not, mud pies. They take the mud and they bake it in the sun and shit. And yeah, I swear to God, mud pies.
They done found the way to spruce it up a little bit. They say they drop a little sugar in the mud cookie.
They do. They drop a little salt bay with some sugar. Okay.
Yeah, they salt bay.
Hold on.
In the mud
Look, y'all. I'm the king of receipts. African mud pies. Look. Mud cookies is what they call it. They're busting up the rocks. Man. It's not even made out of mud. It's made out of rocks. It should be called rock cookies.
And they say it got nutritional value, man. Them folks
and they doing it in Haiti too. That's how you know they came from Africa. Oh no,
it's a worldwide. It's a worldwide thing for these people from the diaspora, man.
Hold on. Y'all are in the Western Hemisphere. I don't want to watch nobody in the Americas doing that. It's at least more distant if I see an African do it. Hold on. Mud cookies. More Haitians eating dirt in Madagascar to survive. Damn. Hold on. I want to see the Africans eating mud cookies. African mud cookies. Damn, it looks like it's mostly a Haitian thing. Actually, everything for the mud cookies is popping up Haitian. Well, this is Africa. Oh, is that a rat? Oh, damn, I think that's a rat. Oh, Lord, I can't do that. I can't do that. Oh, Lord, he dipping that motherfucker. He dipped it and licked the palm with
special sauce right there.
Oh,
man.
Shit. Oh, damn. God, oh, damn.
That's roguish behavior.
Damn.
No, that's a delicacy to them.
That got to be a delicacy for them.
Yeah, that is something.
Only thing
here we go. Here's the Africans eating the mud.
Only thing missing is some fufu on the side.
I'm just saying, like, it's 2025 and you got to eat mud? Like, what is going on?
And they want us to be with these niggas. These niggas don't have no home training.
What is where you come from? Hold on.
They got flies in the mud, y'all. They got flies in the mud. And them titties is sagging, nigga or female. I can't even tell if that's a man or a woman right there.
You know what, man? I got to tell my dad. I got to tell my pops, man. He got to stop giving to these people, man. My dad been giving to these folks for 20 plus years, man. We done with these people.
Yeah, you got to stop saving the children, having pen pals.
Yeah, man. You know, we used to feel sad for them with their little bloated stomachs, and they had their own little personal flies on them. You know what I mean?
A dime a day.
About 2 flies a piece.
And again, it's not that we're like bashing these folks because they're poor. It's just so asinine that they have such grave issues to worry about, and they're concerned about us.
And they got
that part.
We come out food.
You know, I'm not trying to dig at somebody else's
over there. And man, like, come on, man. They use the word insecurity to describe the famine.
Hold on, real quick, brother. Ladies trying to jump in.
What I was saying is, you know, we're not trying to bash nobody about being poor or their pain or how they have to live. But my thing is that all this stuff that's going on with y'all with the rats and the mud and all that other kind of stuff, but you still could take the time out to be worried about over here when it's clear that you need to focus over there. You really need to be worried about what's going on over there. Your people need you, and you wasting your energy on us. Your people need you to focus on them and help them. That is insane right there. The rats
catching mosquitoes with the pan.
Eating rats.
They're catching the mosquitoes with a frying pan to turn them into mosquito burgers. I'm done.
You know how desperate you have to be out there trying to catch mosquitoes to collect enough to make into a patty?
No. Man, it's not burn. It's just a mosquito burger. No.
And they wonder why they got malaria and all these other diseases.
Man, and you know what? Mars must really have something to say because Mars is back. Mars, what's on your mind, Mars? What's up?
Oh no!
Make it quick, fast, Mars. I'm still trying to wrap up the broadcast, but go for it.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. No, I just want to say is, these Africans, they don't understand that they're totally different from us. And our diet, when I researched us, we mostly just ate fruits and vegetables. That's why they grew to be 7 to 8 feet tall, and that's why we lived up so long, because we were so healthy. And then when we did switch to the meat, we didn't eat no damn rats. We didn't eat no cats like they do. I don't know why they're eating those stuff. Like, they have food out there they can eat. Our tribes from America, we brought the corn over there. We brought all our fruits over there to them, because when we researched it, they didn't have none of that.
They didn't even have tomatoes over there. So they ain't even create y'all rice.
And tomatoes are indigenous to America, not Africa. America. Not corn is not indigenous to Africa. Corn is indigenous to America. Mostly everything is over here indigenous. That's the fruits and vegetables that goes all over the world. But that's all I want to say, because I hear y'all going in, and I appreciate you, Mike, for having me on here, your live. Every time I see you on live, I'll be like, oh, I got to get on here. This Mike know what he talking about. He be schooling me about this stuff, and I'll be learning more from you, and I research what you say. I'm like, wow, he was lying about the Virginians, the Georgians, and all this stuff that you teach me about. I'm like, dang. Finally, I found the truth.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you tapping in, brother.
I appreciate you so much, brother. Thank you so much.
Yeah, till next time, brother. Peace.
Peace.
All right, and Unbelievable Truth. Go ahead, give us some closing remarks real quick.
Yeah, man, it's just time for us to get on code with each other, man, and and if the people from the diaspora, if they want to get on code and support our movement, they can. But hey, we not forcing nothing. That's all I'm gonna say. If you in the way, you gonna get steamrolled over, man. We ain't got time to be playing with these people.
Hey, out of all the content I've done, all the interactions I've had with Africans, I've ran into like as many solid Africans as I can count on one hand. No lie.
Right. You don't run across that
years, thousands of Africans I've interacted with digitally. Years of this, right? There's about 5 that have been solid. One Nigerian in the UK, one was Somali living in the UK. Another brother, I don't even know if we would count him as African. He was actually from Suriname. I didn't even know about Suriname until he called in and educated us. Apparently, Suriname was a place of Black indigenous people. So that's why I'm like, I'm not sure if we can call him an African. And then who else? I think that's about it. Matter of fact, I think it's about 3 solid ones. So it takes us sorting through 10 million bad Africans for us to get 3 solid ones.
That's for sure. And I always like to tell them, y'all are not the same class of people who was coming over here in the early civil rights movement, who was over here, who was riders. Y'all not that same group of people. Y'all are a far cry from them. Y'all not riders. Y'all very subservient to white people in America and in y'all country. Not only that, y'all over there getting whooped on by Chinese and Arabs with broomsticks, and y'all just docile over there. Then they come over here and have all the smoke for Black Americans. Go get that Asian man who beating your homeboy with that stick up off of him. That's what you do. Go back home, get that Asian man and the Pakistani man and the Indian man out your country who draining y'all of resources. Don't come over here with that smoke for us.
Yeah. Well, hey, brother, it was real. Thanks for calling in. As always, make sure to click that button in the future.
No problem, man. Salute, man. Y'all have a good one.
You too, brother.
Good night.
Peace. All right, and then there was 3. And yeah, guys, isn't it so wild that this Nigerian in the UK will call in and call us ignorant? But you know what? He'll never call a European over there in the UK ignorant, will he?
No, that's their friends.
A European in the UK will spit on him, tell him go back to Africa, and he'll say, but I want to live here with you.
You know what you call the half-breed Indians, the agent provocateurs.
Yep.
I look at some of the tethers like that,
Most.
They use them against us too. Just like they use the Asian community in the neighborhood against us, let them put their businesses there and all that kind of stuff.
Create them as a buffer class.
And now we're being invaded by the Arabs, Indians in our neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Exactly. The same old neighborhoods that used to be ours are now everybody else but us.
Well,
Even
you have to realize that they've always weaponized immigration to take us over, right? That's how we became a minority in our own land, right?
Yeah. They let
Reconstruction era, they import all them Europeans, European settlers form the KKK, start lynching, start doing all this. Right? They've always used migrants to destabilize us.
Yeah.
And now these Africans think that if they shit on us real good, then they can be the new slave class of America, right? Because it's much more comfortable being a slave in America than being a rich man in Africa.
Yeah, it still is. Yeah. Even the poorest of the poor over here is better. But
I'd rather be poor on Section 8 than living as a rich man in Africa.
That part.
Let that sink in.
That part. But it's getting bad because it's even with the jobs, like how they try to clump us all in and say we're all black. And then if you notice that in these different businesses and offices, they tend to hire them, and the companies are getting away with it because they say, well, they're black too. And it's not case. You hardly see any MBA or so-called FBA inside any of these workplaces like that. And it's all, people it's all immigrants. That's what it is. It's not none of us in there. I walk inside a McDonald's and it's all foreigners. I walk inside the mall and majority of the people working up in there, they're even white or they're foreigners. You can't hardly find any MBA or FBA inside any of these places, especially the doctors' offices, the hospitals. It's rare and it's hard. And if you do, you only see one or two. And you see one or two Native Black Americans, and then you'll see the rest all African. You know what I'm saying? If you do see Black people. But
that's our that's what we see majority more on the West Coast. East Coast, it's more people of color over there. So it's a bigger population, like in Atlanta, Georgia, things like that. The population is bigger. We're scattered over here, more like in the West, but out there it's a bigger population of the people.
Yeah.
You know what? Is Beloved still here on TikTok? Post a message in the chat if you're still here, Beloved. I know you had a question earlier, or rather a comment I wanted to address. Let me see if we still got Beloved in the building. Beloved going once. Beloved going twice. All right, it looks like Beloved's not here anymore. It's all good. I'll still address the comment. Beloved said something earlier about like, oh man, I'm mad I came here late. I wish I caught it earlier or whatever. For anybody who catches these live streams late and you're watching on TikTok, you can watch a replay of any of these live streams on my YouTube channel. Just go to Mike TV on YouTube. We're live right now on YouTube, so you guys can be able to catch the replay if there's any part that you missed. But thank everybody for tuning in, showing up, and showing out. Let's go ahead and wrap up this broadcast. I got to give me some rest, y'all. And I know I done got y'all live streaming for a few hours tonight, huh?
Oh, it was fun, Mike. I loved it.
It was. I didn't even notice how long, so we're good.
There you go, for sure. Well, everybody, thank you for tuning in. I will be live next week. Make sure to check out the website, NativeBlackAncestry.com. And until next time.
They don't want you to remember this. You not no slave, you indigenous. Fuck how they painted them Indians. You went to war with the French and the British men. Quite frankly, you was kings, Merovingians. They took the women and men, made them prisoners. Raised up the children to worship their images. Set up a lab to the genes and they mixed them. And this shit get way deeper than your pigment.